What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay. Hope I pronounced this name right. Making their debut on the channel tonight. We have Galneryus. Yes, indeed. How about that? Galneryus making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all those clicks and likes, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jonas H., Hidatora Tojo, and Sean. And this is actually one of Sean's prioritized requests for the month of November for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Sean. I hope you enjoy the show, as well as everybody else who requested this. They all want to see me react to this song. It is Galneryus with a song called The Force of Courage. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold on, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Galneryus World, okay? And the video has 37,139 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Force of Courage, Galneryus, sub Espanol, so Spanish subtitles maybe. Live in 2016. Cool. Whoa. I was about to say cool. 15 minutes and 47 seconds. Holy smokes. Okay, I mean, look. We're just gonna hope it's amazing. That's all I can say. We're gonna just hope for the best here and hope that this is an amazing song that absolutely encaptures me, enraptures me, and keeps me thoroughly entertained. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
God, it sounds like a movie soundtrack. It almost sounds like the music from Gladiator. The same melodic line. Accelerando. Nice. Didn't even have to say a word. He just put his finger up and look at the crowd. Boom, fingers up. That's great crowd control right there. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy watching this guy perform. He seems, I mean, just from the fact that he just put his finger up like that and everybody responded without him saying a word, that shows me right now that this guy he's got the qualities of a stage general. I haven't seen him yet, so I don't know if I can 100% say that with 100% certainty, but I mean, just from that motion, that's a good sign. The keyboard playing that synth string patch. The melodic line, it sounds familiar. Like it sounds, but it sounds. I know it's not. I know it's not actually. It's not the same thing, but it sounds kind of like the melodic line from the movie Gladiator. The Russell Crowe movie. And the only reason I'm saying that is I just saw that movie a few days ago. It sounds very similar. I know it's not the same thing, but it sounds very similar. Good use of growth, good use of build. I like how it decelerando at the end there to a holding point, which is where we're at right now. You know, everybody putting their fingers up in the air. So if I had to guess, I'm like 90% certain we're going to kick into the main song. Now, how we're going to kick in, I'm not sure. There's two ways I see this going. First way is it lays out and everybody comes and the keyboard comes way down, switches patches to something very soft. And the vocalist is going to come in very softly. That's one way. The other way is the whole band's just going to kick in, smack you in the face with power and energy. I mean, that's the second way. I don't know which way this is going to go. I'm going to say so, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Part of me is actually hoping for the first one, because it was such a grandioso build to a hold. It'd be really interesting to see them just drop down and have it be that soft entrance. Part of me is actually really hoping that happens. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm really kind of hoping it does. Now, if the other one happens, I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with either way, but part of me is leaning more toward the first. Let's see what happens. You hear that? Okay, never mind. We got the second one. Works for me. I'm getting shades of Dream Theater. Now I'm getting shades of Dragon Force. Ha 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 ha! love the subdivisions right there. Really nicely done. That triplet gallop in the bass, coming through very nicely, a la Steve Harris. Very nicely done. I'm getting shades of Dream Theater and Dragon Force. Dragon Force on the approach, like how the song is structured, very straight ahead, very fast, 4x4, 4/4 time, just nothing fancy, nothing Philly, just as super fast, super intense, super clean, super precise. The songwriting approach from the chordal standpoint, I'm really getting shades of Dream Theater. In particular, going back to the album that I personally think is the best album they ever wrote, Scenes from a Memory. It's all of its 82-minute glory or whatever. It's 78 minutes, 82 minutes but it's basically one song. It's a concept album, but it's one song broken up into 12 parts. And it really is. I mean, if you look at the album, it even says chapter 1, chapter 2, all the way to chapter 12. It's literally one long song. It's fantastic. But the songwriting approach from the chordal standpoint, from melodic line standpoint, counter melodic lines, harmonic lines, chordal flow, it feels very much like that album. So it's a great mix. I'm loving this. I'm actually enjoying this. I have a feeling that 15 minutes is going to fly by. I have a feeling it is. If it keeps up like this, oh yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. God, there's so much to talk about. I couldn't pause because of all the soloing. I hope this doesn't get blocked now. Good Lord, all of the soloing happening in there. Guitar to keyboard, back to guitar. Then we had that syncopated part where everybody's playing in unison all together with those great subdivisions. Wow. Again, very Dragon Force executed, but Dream Theater inspired. You know what I mean? It's tight, it's precise, it's all together very clean like Dragon Force would do, but definitely the chordal flow and the chordal pattern, the melodic lines, very much Dream Theater inspired. So, great combination. It's a fantastic combination. Before you guys ask, during the keyboard solo, we heard all those, it fell off, right? It felt like the time signature, it felt like it changed, right? It didn't actually change. It stayed in 4/4. What you heard was some amazing syncopated subdivision work where everybody was playing in unison and they gave the illusion of playing in something like, 6/4 or 5/4 and then switching to 3/4, back to 5/4, something like that. That's what you felt, but it didn't actually happen. It stayed in 4/4 the whole time. I was counting. So yeah, I was like, did it change? No, I don't think so. No, we're still in 4/4. That was cool. Very well done. Very, very well done. Very tight, very precise, very clean. So yeah, gotta give it to him. Let's keep going. Bringing it down. Good. Smart move.
記憶の中で広がる茶和会に何度も己を重ねてゆく夢や夜明けの越えゆく先は見上げこの命の揺れる魂を追われたたまに Wake up my
Leading the crowd. Okay. Stage general. Ah, that drummer. It is an ESPG. Okay. God, that's not Dream Theater. I don't know what is. Yeah. I like how they're switching it up. They're switching up the feel. They're changing up the approach every time they change parts. I know they listed it up here at the top. You saw it. Hold on, let me see if I can back it up a little bit and you can see it. There it is. Yeah. So now they moved on to the third movement, right? But here's the thing. Even without this being up there, you could feel it. You could feel the change in direction. You could feel the change in, okay, we're leaving the second movement and we're moving now onto the third movement. They did that when they went from the first movement to the second movement too. You can feel the change. Again, a la Dream Theater. So yeah, very well done. Great songwriting. To be able to do that and not need to and have to announce it, you can tell. That's fantastic songwriting. Yeah, man, God dang it. This is really good. I'm digging this. I hope there are more requests for these guys in the queue. I know the song is long. I get it. I know it's 15 minutes long, but I'm going to be honest with you. How much has gone by? 10 minutes have gone by. Doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it. It feels like about 7 to 8 minutes have gone by. I mean, it still feels long, but it doesn't feel that long. And that's a great sign. That means time is flying by. And you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. I'm having fun. I absolutely am having fun with this. Let's keep going. Let's see how we go here. Did we hit a fourth movement? It feels like we did. We did. We did hit the fourth movement. Okay. I was wondering if we were going to get a fourth movement. I wonder if we might be able to squeeze in a fifth. There's only 3 minutes left. I wonder if we can. I doubt it. I doubt it. So we did hit the fourth movement. Okay, cool. I felt like I'm saying we hit the like we hit you know, some people are gonna say, what do you mean by we hit the? How did you know we were gonna hit the fourth movement, not a fourth movement? Playing it simple, guys, it felt like it. It did. I couldn't see us staying on that third movement for another, 5 minutes. I just didn't see that happening. So I had a feeling we were gonna go to a fourth. A fifth movement, I don't know. With only 3 minutes. But then again, maybe the fifth movement may just be like a minute and a half long. I don't know. Or even a minute long. It could happen, but I doubt it. I don't know if we'll hit a fifth or not. But I saw a fourth movement coming. I did. But again, you felt it. You know what I mean? This didn't need to be announced. You could feel the change. And I felt the change. And I was just curious, did we? And we did. We did. That's great. The key change was nice. I'll be honest with you, it felt like it was starting to wrap up a little bit. And I looked at the time, I'm like, nah, we still got like 3.5 minutes, like 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. There's no way we're wrapping it up. There's no way. So anyway, it felt good. Everything's feeling good about this, man. The groove is nice. Power's nice. I was right about the lead vocalist. He is a stage general, man. Every time he's come up to the front and he's put his hands up, he doesn't have to say a word. He doesn't have to say, get your hands up in the air. He just puts his hands up and everybody follows. That's a stage general. That's absolutely a stage general. And they do it, the crowd does it without question, without hesitation. So that's a great sign. Top of it, gotta say, his vocals are really good, man. Like, have I heard better? I have heard better, but not many. Anyway, let's keep going here. This would be the time we can do it. Interesting approach. Interesting approach. We did this big grandioso build, very majorly dominated, very uplifting, very inspiring, very empowering feel, and now we're bringing it down to this minor mode. I wonder where they're going with this. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. Are they going to do a fifth movement? The way they're setting it up, there very well could be a fifth movement. We still got 1 minute and 15. They could, or they could just be going and setting up a big rock and roll ending. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Let's find out. I think he pulled his in-ears out. He did. I can see him dangling here. Yeah. That's how they're ending? What a weird ending. So they end on the 6th? What a weird chord to end on. I mean, a little awkward, but I mean, it works. Huh. Yeah. Got a lot to think about, got a lot to say. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Galneryus with The Force of Courage. This was a request from Jonas H., Hidetora Tojo, and Sean. And this was actually one of Sean's prioritized requests for the month of November for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Sean. Hope you enjoyed the show as well as everybody else who requested it. And really quick, guys, for those of you that don't know, Sean did prioritize this. It was in the queue, but it was way down in the queue, like way down there. So because Sean prioritized it, it went straight up to the top. So make sure you all thank Sean for prioritizing this. Otherwise, I can guarantee you'd be waiting at least another year before we got to this. So make sure you thank Sean. Okay, I thought about it, and I thought I had a lot to say, but the honest to God truth, guys, is I already said pretty much everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction. So I'm going to hit some bullet points, but I don't know if this is going to be a 5-minute review or a 15-minute review. I honestly have no clue. So we're just going to have to see how this goes. Let's start with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.2. Yep, 9.2. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. There really isn't a whole lot to say that I didn't say during the course of the review. I stand by what I said about really getting shades of two bands here, Dragon Force and Dream Theater. Dream Theater inspired as far as a songwriting standpoint. A lot of movement within the chordal flow, a lot of movement within the chordal structures, the melodic lines, counter melodic lines, harmonic lines, a lot of movement jumping around from chord to chord. Very typical in Dream Theater style. Some great melodic movement in there, by the way. Fantastic melodic movement. Definitely could feel Dream Theater inspiration in there. Now, I don't know if these guys would call Dream Theater an influence or not, but I mean, I'm just saying I heard a lot of Dream Theater inspired movement within the melodics and within the chordal structures. Now, Dream Theater inspired, yes, but Dragon Force executed. The speed, the precision, the cleanliness. Not that Dream Theater doesn't do those things, but very much in a Dragon Force style with the speed and the consistency, not changing up key signature too often, or more importantly, not changing up time signature very often. There was one point where they did change time signature. They went into a 6/8. And they were in a 6/8 for about 16 measures, and then they went right back to 4/4 again. That was really the only time I saw a change in key, not in key, a change in time signature. Dream Theater would have taken a 15-minute song like this, and they probably would have changed time signature at least, I don't know, 12 times, 15 times. There would have been time signature changes all over the place, okay? So that's not something that Dragon Force is really known for. They don't really change time signature a lot. They will change feel. They will go from half time to straight time to double time to quadruple time. You know, they'll do that, but they won't actually change time signatures. There's a big difference between the two. So I was definitely feeling the structure and the approach more aimed toward Dragon Force. But it was a great hybrid. Fantastic hybrid. Very entertaining song. Listen, when you can write a 15-minute long song and it doesn't feel like 15 minutes, I will say it did feel long, I'm not going to stand here and say it felt like 5 minutes. No, it didn't. It did not feel like 5 minutes. No, it felt long, but not 15 minutes long. It felt somewhere between like 10 to 12 minutes. You know what I mean? So when you can write a song that's 15 minutes long and it only feels like 10 to 12, you did a good job. You thoroughly entertained me and kept me engaged, kept me enraptured, completely kept me engrossed in the song. I never once looked at the time. I mean, okay, I did look at the time to see how much time was left because I wanted to know where we were going with this, but I never once looked at the time going, oh God, when is it going to be over? I never did that. But I was looking at the time to see, like, do I need to pause? How much time is left? And I wonder where we're going with this. I did do that. Yes, I did. But I never looked at the time once going, is it over yet? How much longer do we have? Please let this end soon. I never did that once. Not once. I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. Absolutely enjoyed the song. Musicianship. Can we talk about, I know I didn't even mention him really during the course of the reaction. Can we talk about that drummer? Dear Lord. That double kick. Listen, I've heard guys do double kick, just as good as he does. You don't hear it happen very often where the double kick is going for pretty much 15 minutes straight, You don't hear that very often, with like no breaks. No, he did an outstanding job with that double kick. It was clean. Loved his fills. He was not cymbal reliant like you hear a lot of drummers do, where they rely on cymbals and cymbals and cymbals. No, a lot of his fill work was dominantly done through tom work. And for those of you that know anything about me or have been a fan of the channel, have been following the channel for a long time, you see my Love Bites reactions, you see my Bandmade reactions, you will know that I appreciate cymbal work, I do, but I am all about the skins, really. I love good skin work. And this guy has some fantastic fills with the skins dominating. Now, he used the cymbals the way they should be used for color, accents, filling out the sound and getting those accent worked in. Yeah, absolutely. And he did a fine job of it. What I'm trying to say here is this: very tasteful drumming along with very talented drumming. And he walked that line. You'll see very talented drummers overplay. And sometimes it's not about what you play, it's what you don't play. And this guy definitely played with great taste, great flavor, but at the same time, the talent was obvious with this guy. So great job on the drumming. The keyboard work, great job filling out the sound, but also at times taking the lead, either by himself or sharing the lead with the guitar and with the bass. Some great syncopated, synchronized work, playing together in unison at times. And that goes for all four instrumentalists. I mean, there were times where keyboards, drums, bass, and guitar were all playing in unison, playing those unison lines, playing those synchronized, syncopated unison lines. Great job of doing it, not just doing it clean, but doing it well with some great accent work, some great dynamics within there. Very clean playing, very impressive overall. But the keyboard player was a big part of that. And I feel like the keyboard player was actually a dominant part, very much like Dream Theater is. They're very, I wouldn't say keyboard driven, but the keyboard is definitely makes his presence known. Going back to Dream Theater, way back to the early days when Kevin Moore was in the band, he would have multiple spots throughout songs. All of the songs, he would always be featured a little bit. Then Derek Sherinian came along and almost destroyed the band. We don't talk about that era. That was a terrible era, and that's an era that honestly I wish we could kind of forget. So glad he didn't last more than one album. Good Lord, when he left, I was thrilled to hear that he had left. And there's disputing stories on that. Some people say he left on his own. Some people say he was shown the door. I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't care. I'm just glad that he's gone. He was a terrible fit for Dream Theater. And then along comes Jordan Rudess, who has been their keyboard player ever since. And man, you talk about a great fit. Great fit for the band. when Jordan came in, I was thrilled, man. I was glad to hear what he could do and what he could bring to the band. And a very similar approach with this keyboard player here. Definitely very talented. I feel like this guy's a little more Kevin Moore-ish with his approach. Not quite so flashy, not quite so classical, but definitely more rock inspired. And I feel that's definitely more aimed toward Kevin Moore. So yeah, I definitely felt it with this keyboard player. The guitar playing, yeah. Now look, have I heard more impressive guitar players? Yes. Have I heard guitar players who are more talented? Yes. Have I heard guitar playing that was more impressive? Yes. But what this guitar player did was pretty darn good. I gotta say, it was clean. I never heard any flubs. I never heard his pick get caught up in the strings on his sweep picking. His tapping was clean. It was accurate. He did a great job. And on top of it, he was a little bit of a showman, you know, pointing to the crowd, not just once or twice, but multiple times interacting with the crowd while playing. I'm going to get to the showmanship in a little bit. But no, he was a really nice job on the guitar, man. Really nice job. And the bass playing, equally good. I got to see him featured, I think I saw him featured like 3 times during the course of the song. Not for very long. It was for like 4 measures here, 8 measures there, but still got featured, and well-deserved, because he looks like he's a very competent bass player without question. The lead vocalist, if I'm being honest here, if there's a weak spot in this band, if there is a weak spot in the band, it would have to be the lead vocalist, if I'm being honest. I've heard singers do better. I've heard vocalists, both male and female, who could absolutely smoke this guy. But having said that, what he did in the band fit like a glove. It absolutely fit the band without question. Everything he sang sounded good. Everything he sang sounded clean. Everything he sang sounded like it was designed and executed with purpose. There was nothing that he did that was wasted. There was nothing that he did that was overdone. There was nothing he did that ever drew attention away from the band and put the spotlight completely on him. It seems to me like he's very much about the group effort, not about himself, not about putting the spotlight on himself. Like a lot of those other vocalists who I'm talking about, who could probably smoke this guy, they have a tendency to do. They have a tendency to steal the spotlight and put it on themselves and take it away from the band. And I've always been one to say that, listen, if we're going to be a band, we need to be a cohesive unit, and the spotlight should be shared equally by everyone. So, you know, as much as I try to steal it for myself, and I do, but I do that to try and force everybody else in the band to step up their game. I'm not trying to take it for myself, and necessarily, because I don't necessarily want the spotlight on me just for the sake of me hogging the spotlight. I want to get everybody else on the level that I'm trying to play at and perform at, more importantly. So I push everybody, and I'll do it by stealing the spotlight. Okay, I took it. Now let's see you take it from me. Please take it away from me. That's my approach. This guy never even did that. I mean, he was very much about sharing the spotlight with everybody. Even when he was the focal point, he never did anything to try to blow people's minds and become like, oh my God, listen to what he's doing. Everything he did was conducive to the song and was done with the purpose of being conducive to the song. So yeah, gotta give him credit for that. Absolutely. I'm not saying he's a bad singer at all. No, he's a great singer. He's a great vocalist. All I'm saying is I've heard other people do better. You know, that's all I'm saying. Not many, but I have, you know. No, overall, the music on this, the execution on this was fantastic. And lastly, we got to talk about the showmanship. Great showmanship from everybody on the stage. Keyboard player headbanging away back there, bringing attention to himself, showing off that stage energy and that stage presence that you don't see too many keyboard players do. Most keyboard players are just very content to just stand back there and play the songs. This guy is not one of those guys, clearly. He was moving around as much as he could within his confines, you know. Now, also keep in mind, he's basically in a jail cell of keyboards. I mean, how many keyboards did he have? Like 8? I think he had 3, 3, and 2 or something like that. So not really a whole lot of places he can move around, but he did what he could back there. So good on him. Bass player and guitar player constantly moving around the stage, constantly interacting with each other and with the drummer, with the singer. Even with the keyboard player, I saw the bass player go back and interact with the keyboard player. That was nice to see. I saw the lead singer do that too. And interacting with the crowd. So now we have stage interaction and crowd interaction. We also had a ton of crowd interaction from the lead vocalist, constantly engaging the crowd, constantly leading them, getting their hands up in the air, pointing their fingers up. You know, and there's the best thing about that. Never once, not once, did he ever have to use an audio cue. He never once said, "Let me see your hands," or "Put your hands up in the air." No, he just did it himself, and the crowd responded. This is what I'm talking about when I say a stage general. You don't have to give those commands. You don't have to tell them to do something. You're gonna inspire them to do it on their own. You know, people say, you know, what makes a great leader? Someone who leads by example. Okay, well, he did, but he took it to the next level. See, I think that makes a good leader. A good leader leads by example. A great leader inspires people to follow them through whatever needs they need to do. This guy did it through action, yes, but he didn't have to demand it. He didn't have to say, do this. He inspired people to follow suit. That's what I mean by a stage general. He didn't have the crowd in the palm of his hand. He put them in his hand, closed that fist, and did not let go for the entire 15 minutes. Good on him. Great showmanship. So across the board, songwriting, execution, showmanship, all of it combined together to put on an outstanding performance. And that's why I'm giving them the 9.2. So 9.2 is where we're at. It's a fantastic score. Way to go, Galneryus, for coming out on the channel first time out and getting that 9.2. Now here's the problem. There are a few more requests for them in the queue. I checked. There are a few. I'm not going to say what songs there are, but there are a couple in there. Here's the problem. They set the bar pretty high for themselves. What's left in the queue, we got to see if it can do better than this. You know, will this be bested? Will they do better than this? Only time will tell. But they set the bar high for themselves. That's the double-edged sword. Yeah, they got the 9.2 on their first time out, but they got a 9.2 on their first time out. Let's see what they can do next. You see what I'm saying? There's that double-edged sword. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. But anyway, for the time being, let's let these guys enjoy the 9.2 that they earned on their first time out. Revel in the moment, enjoy the moment, and we'll see what happens next time. 9.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.